Hello friends, this is Jalpesh here and welcome again to my channel Code with J. In this video we are going to check how we can create our first RESTful API with Node.js and Express. So this will be a multi-part series and this is the part 1 of it. So basically earlier I have created a series about creating RESTful APIs with ASP.NET Core and Entity Framework technology. So at that time there were lots of requests and emails from the people that I need to create same kind of videos for Node.js and Express. So on the popular demand I am going to create this multi-part video series about creating your Node.js and Express RESTful APIs. So as you know, Express is one of the most popular framework for creating web applications with Node.js. So we are going to use Express in this particular demo. So without wasting time, let's directly jump into the Visual Studio Code, which is our favorite code editor. And to save time, what I have done is I already created npm init and installed two packages, which is Express and body parser. Express, all know, like as I said just before this, that we are going to use Express, so we need this. And body parser, we are going to use the parse JSON when we create post and put APIs. For the first part we don't require this, so we'll cover this body parser into the next session. So now let's directly jump into the app.js where we are going to write our API code. So first thing we require is Express. So I'm going to get a current Express object, and then we are going to define our app object with the Express. Then another thing which we require is the port, and we are going to have the port as 3000. Okay, and then we require router, so I'm going to get the router, and then we are going to say what are the endpoints we are going to use, and we are going to have this router, and then we are going to listen to particular code with our app. And here I'm going to write source syntax for function, and then we are going to use backticks, and we are going to say Node.js application running on port, and then we are going to have this, so it will print our current port. So till now what I have done is, like, I have created a Express object, and then from that Express we are going to create our app object. Then I have defined the port. So here you can see I have written process.environment port. So this is for like when we do hosting of this application into the server. At that time we are going to see how this is required. But like if the environment port is not there, then we are going to have 3000. Then what I have done is, like, I have created a router object. So basically a router is a mapping structure where it will tell that like when the particular API requested from this endpoints. So this is the endpoints which we define, that like all our APIs will be requested as /API/student, and router will tell us that like where, from which function we need to call when the particular API is requested. So basically, like, it will tell our application that what user has requested. So now let's try to run this app and see if there is any error. So till now there is no error. So now we need to write further code. So basically in this app I am going to have static JSON object array as we are not going to use any APIs for this. So what I am going to do is I am going to create some student array. And we are going to have gender, and we are going to write gender as male. And then we are going to have one more object. Okay, so we have created these two objects, and this will serve as our database. So now it's time to write our first API endpoints, and we are going to write like this. So I'm going to say, I'm going to again use the short syntax from the ES6 for the function. And here we are going to return all the students. So here you can see basically what I have done is I have mapped our first function. So this is our function, and there are two arguments that is called request and response. So you can write anything for the variable, but like the first argument corresponds to your request list, and the second argument is there for the response. So here we are getting requested that we need to send all students. So for that we have created a API endpoints. So like whenever any user requests like /API/student, at that time it's going to return all the students there. So now let's run this app, and then we'll check in the browser that we are getting data or not. And here you can see like we are getting data, whatever we have defined here in our student object array. So like our first API is working. Now we are going to write another API in this video, and then we are going to see. So we are going to write API which will tell like based on the ID which student is requested. So we are going to write something like this, and here what I am going to do is I am going to pass this ID. So let's do it, and we are going to parse this with integer, and then we are going to say request dot, not this one, request dot params dot id, and then I am going to get current student via this. So we are going to have students, then I am going to do filter, and here I am going to write student id equal to id, and then we are going to get our first object. Now if we are going to check like if current student is there, then we are going to return this current student, else we are going to send status that is 404. So 404 is correspondent to that student is not found. So basically what I have done is like we are going to get IDs of a particular student from the request itself, and then we are going to get current student via filtering our object array, which is this. and then we are going to check if current student is there, then it is going to return that student, otherwise it will return 404. So let's now check into the code itself. Hold on, we need to run it again, and if we put 1, so here you can see like I am getting 1, and if we put 2, then I am getting the Vishal, and if we get 3, so here you can see we are not getting any record, and it is saying 404, which is not on. So that's it for this part. Hope you like this video, and if you like this video, then please do subscribe to my channel. This is the URL bit.ly/codewithJV. It gives me motivation to create more videos like this, and stay tuned for the part 2. Thank you again for watching this video.